NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Down. 180. 180. We're good. 180. Listen, hot.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Raider 1. Listen, hot.
Shotgun now for Carr. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, here's Agnew. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They go play action now. Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ready.
2nd and 10.
Base. Bravo. Say hot.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 10.
60 orange. Look at me. Dog, dog. Set, go.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And down he goes just beyond the 35, but that pretty move got him some extra space to run. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And he fires one, but incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
That's it.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Carr. That is caught by Anderson. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. K'Lavon Chason in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
10 Lobo. Fire.
On play action, Lawrence. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Lawrence going to kick this outside to Chenault. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
60 outlaw. 61 matchbox lights. Now.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hard, shoot.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. And connecting here with DJ Shark. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Set up. 18 Gator. Leaf River.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Albert Okwuegbunam with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Easy. Kill.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Raider 9. That's hot.
Now a play fake. Carr. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. K'Lavon Chason able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Hey, wahoo! Ready.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. That's complete. Okuebunam. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Fire.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Flushed out right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Josh Allen able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Now, that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open? And when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On play action, it's Carr. Anderson a first down and more. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Down! You wide 88!
Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Fletcher Cox, his 2nd sack of the night. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. The kick by Carlson is good. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Golf! Now!
They go play action with Lawrence. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 55 rushing yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. They run it with Jacobs. And shedding through the tackle. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
637. That's it.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. Breaks a tackle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Get set. What's up?
On play action, now Carr. They'll roll him out right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Go, Chief.
Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
On the ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! Hunter Renfrow with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
On the ball. Hit it.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Fire.
From midfield now on second down. Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire season.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Albert O. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 79 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Here's second and a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. No doubt those are the types The carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
180. Deuce right. Push it hot.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down at the 28. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, Jacobs. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 113 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
734.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw is Carr. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are right back in this football game. And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run with ETN, and he's got room. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Jaguars. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
And how about the situation that we're in right now? Because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And you'll see courtesy in the next-gen stats. He traveled better than 80 yards on the ground that time. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And bulldozing his way through. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
93. That's up.
Carr going to throw here. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Down. Blue 80. Get down. What's up?
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Running is Jacobs. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Jacobs. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one, a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree. Matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take